right, I don't really want this video here to be a full rant, but it is going to be a partial rant about Domino and how most every new character comes out with some sort of bug that needs to be fixed, and it's frustrating. It's something that I'm not used to, and it's starting to become absurd, and the community is going to react negatively to this. And then I also want to talk about how Ironheart, yes, can beat Red Skull, but there's some tricks to it. So we're going to talk about that in the video as well. But before we get into that, which is of highly interest to me, let's talk about Domino and why this is important. Is right here on her Lady Luck passive ability. The way that it's stated, it says on spawn, reduce speed bar for all enemies by 5%. Apparently that does not work correctly, or it is not possible to make that happen. Maybe because on spawn they have no speed bar and there's no way of making it go negative. I don't know. But it's changed to say on spawn, give bonus turn meter to all X-Force, which is team specific. Give them 5% extra speed bar for 5%. So there's two ways of looking at this. The first way is that 6 one way, half a dozen another, and it doesn't look like the math is going to matter if you're using her on an X-Force team. But if you weren't planning on using her on an X-Force team, then maybe later there would have been another team to use her on. This is better because it does not have the X-Force tag in it. On spawn, reduce speed bar all enemies. Doesn't have anything to do with whether she could be in a team of 4 X-Man and somebody else. And that is better than a full X-Force team. And I'm not certain that I'd ever use her. But here's the deal, is right now it's not working. We've got people that have spent money on her today to test her now and to make videos about her countering Asgardians. I think Reminix, he told me in a voice chat earlier today that he did have video footage of the incomplete team with Sonic and friends and Domino and Cable and Deadpool. I believe he used Storm, doing well against Asgardians. Even with this not working. But why is this important? This is important. Why does it matter? Because we're going to get Reddit posts like this right here. The Nerf of Domino's passive, an egregious breach of consumer protection laws and deceptive advertising. People are upset. And if we want to go back to what happened with Thanos, Thanos was broken when he came out. His passive didn't work right. And because his passive wasn't working right here on the Empowered, the team wasn't as good as it was advertised. When Ebony Maw came out and Thanos was there, and I want to say that was several weeks ago, people were telling me that they were literally going to go to their country's advertising division and seek for Marvel Strike Force to be banned in their country for false advertising. Wow. Like, when things don't work right, that's what happens. And people are not wrong for feeling this. Ebony Maw didn't work right. This did not work correctly. If you targeted a character, like the lowest health character, and they died, it stopped the additional ones. It's been fixed. So this was fixed. This was fixed. Turns out they're pretty good. The Black Order team's amazing. But how are we supposed to know that for the first several weeks while we were literally testing it? And I've made jokes about this, that we are the master beta testers. I've done these whole skits with, wearing my Karen wig, going to Fox Next lobby and screaming and want to talk to the manager. But this is just getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand because almost every character that's been released has had a glitch. Cable had a glitch on his passive that benefited the community. Boy, they fixed that right away and nerfed and made it work the way the kit read. But when things are not working correctly and it hurts the community, it doesn't seem to get fixed that quickly. But when this was working wrong and it was giving extra boosts and buffs, boy, that got fixed right away. Domino's not working at all. this minus speed bar. They're gonna fix it. They said they're gonna fix it. We've got sound issues. We've got Domino freezing the game. Oh wow, let's go. Let's do full salt on all the things that are wrong right now. Blackbolt passive still does not work correctly with barrier. There's these weird double interactions where I call it the burp. I don't know who started that, but it's like, he did the second attack. Triggers twice with barrier. This is with Invisible Woman. It's now happening with Ebony Maw. And it even happened in the developer's own stream going up against Sonic. Where, look, he's going to jump up right here. Blackbolt's going to go crazy and jump up. And look at burp, glitched. Now, I do want to give them an A+ for communication. From what I could see, they've been very open with me. Anytime I submit these things, they get back to me. I just got a message from Cerebro this morning saying, hey, they're working on this. This is getting fixed. But I messaged them about this a month ago. And it's just blowing my mind, the number of bugs. Taskmaster. It says gain 10% damage per skill enemy. The way it really works is ally. That's not working. They probably just need to change the text on that. Ironheart. Oh my God. We had no way of testing this because it wasn't working correctly. And I'm going to show you some footage on this because it does work. But boy, Ironheart versus Red Skull's a mess. But the problem is that it said 100,000 flat, and then the percent is exponentially better, but it was flat instead of percent, and it was the text read percent, but it was coded flat. And that is a problem for a lot of characters where, they fixed Ironheart, right? But they didn't fix Dark Phoenix. This right here is encoded in game for flat. The percent's not working. This happens all the time with Dark Phoenix, with regular Phoenix before she goes into the Dark Phoenix, the regular Phoenix, especially when you're going up against the Colossus. You should be able to clear all the positive effects. Nope, doesn't work that way. He resists all the time. Because this is flat, it's wrong. Jessica Jones is coded wrong. It's flat and it has the percent in game. Mr. Sinister is coded with flat and it's got the percent in game. And then some other characters, which doesn't make sense, like pick one or the other. Karnak is coded for flat, no percent. But why have flat if you're going to use percent? Like pick one or the other. Same thing with Hand Archer. It's coded flat, but pick one. It's confusing to do both. So I just think this is really, really unacceptable. People are spending money. Like, I bought Ironheart early to test, and I couldn't even test it till this week because it didn't work right. Like, what was the point of that? And I'm going to show you footage of it working correctly here because it's a nuanced battle doing Ironheart versus Red Skull. PvEP mode, which is beautiful, balanced is beautiful, is fundamentally glitched right now. This video that Casino made showed that. I don't want to get into the details. You can watch that video there because it is somewhat nuanced and maybe not that important, but it is important enough for people to not really want to play this because what side you get, it matters when passives trigger at the same time. It's just too much. And then, of course, Valley and I made a video. I don't know if I'm in this video. Yeah, I'm in this video. Has this get blitz bots? Boy, this is a video we made back in April. I believe blitz bots have been around a lot longer, and that has not even been addressed by the developers at all. This is stuff, man, that if people are going to be investing time and having passion towards this game, because whether or not you spend money or not, your time is important, and if you love this game and you play it, you're going to want it to work correctly. And it's funny, is like Reminick said, but to me is like, well, maybe it's because of the Black Order movie getting pushed out, and they had to move everything around, and they got rushed, and all the Black Order characters reworks got put back, and they had to bring other stuff forward, and coronavirus. Guess what? None of that matters. It only matters is the player's point of view. The player's point of view thinks it's horrible. And we're here getting new characters that don't work. I think we're 5 in a row where they don't work correctly. 5 characters in a row. I think it's 5. Domino, Taskmaster, Thanos, Ebony Maw, Ironheart. I don't know how many in a row. Even Cable rework didn't really work right. It's absurd. We're spending money on this game. All right. Let's talk about Ironheart versus Red Skull. I've got video footage here, and the problem with this matchup is twofold. Going into a room with defense down is a mess. It's completely random. And then also going into the room where they have defense up. And so if Ironheart does her ability and Red Skull gets defense down while he has defense up, you won't be able to do any damage. And so this is a couple turns in. You can see that Red Skull is about ready to take a turn. He still has defense up. And if I hit this middle button right here with Falcon and give the whole team bunches of speed bar, he'll keep that defense up and you'll lose. And so I'm going to play this out because what happens here is I ended up doing a basic attack with Falcon, and I'm waiting for this to expire. And so he takes a turn. It does expire right here. It's gone. And right now, this was such a close matchup. I mean, any given moment that I could have lost Rescue or Ironheart, but it ends up working at the end of the day. Ironheart, eventually, you can see I'm screaming back here because I'm so upset. Eventually, Rescue takes a turn, giving the whole team offense up and clearing the negative status effects. I got lucky on this matchup. She goes off right there. And then Ironheart is able to do her ultimate ability, which I do have the T4 on it. And it will put defense down. Look at that, defense down on Red Skull. And so then I can go off, and I'm going to be able to do damage to Red Skull, even though he has all the charges, and there's 4 of the Hydra minions there. We finally do the speed up with him, and now look at this. I do the Unibeam right here. It's normally you would do the special in AoE, but that's not the right thing to do. Right now you want to go right into Red Skull, and he's taking like half damage right now because he still has the immunity bonus from the other minions, and this is so close. I probably shouldn't have targeted the rifle trooper. I should have, because when he came back and attacked, I almost lost there. And then right here, this is pretty much game over when that happens. But you know, we've been playing with Ironheart for a couple weeks now, and this is the first time that I've had to get footage. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. How are people supposed to make buying decisions if the people that get the characters early can't share their experience, whether it's mine on YouTube or within your guild mates or on Reddit or on Discord? That's usually how information is spread, is if someone gets something and say, hey, this is good. How much more Ironheart would they sell if it worked correctly the first time? How much more hyped would people be about Thanos and Black Order if it worked the first time around? How much more excited would everybody be right now if Domino worked correctly and we're already hyped with the 4 X-Force and we're just waiting for X-23? Think about it, just from a money point of view. All right. Even though I'm upset about all these bugs and we're being the master beta testers, I still really love the game. It's just this is a unacceptable situation that the community is being put into, where we're going to have to test every character and we're expecting things to be bugged. I've played many other games and there's always bugs, but not to this level consistently. And this is going to erode confidence from spenders, and people are not going to be happy. It's just that simple. And when I see Reddit posts that are really upset, like this gentleman right here, is an egregious breach of consumer protection laws. Well, I don't know if I feel as strong as he do, but I do think this person has a valid point of view, and obviously they're upset. And a shout out to Nobu for making this post. But this is not a good trend at all. And I do value the level of communication, but at the end of the day, I just want this stuff to work right. And I hope X-23 works right. My goodness. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming. Oh, by the way, ISO 8's coming out. How are we going to have any confidence in that? Just think about that. Oh, my God.